What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome back to another video. I hope everybody's doing well. Apologies for the lack of upload yesterday. I was out of the city, and it's just difficult recording out of the city. So don't get on to me. But we've had a very interesting week so far, anyway, with the inauguration, with all the US stuff. I'm sure you've been following and hearing about. We're seeing it reflected in the markets by a lot of inflation. I say inflation, like a lot of volatility in general. Bitcoin reaching all-time highs, and this large gap that we seem to have created on the weekly. Even though I did want to see price trade higher, so if you've watched my Sunday review, you'll know that I did want to see price try and reach the top of this fair value gap. But looking at price, it dropped quite deeply past the levels we've surpassed the levels which I didn't want to see us trade down into. So with that taken into account, we do need to, bring our awareness as to where in the discount price is reaching down into. And you can see that we do have a clear weekly fair value gap right here that I do believe price is going to try and make itself into, and lined up nicely with a bearish order block as well. So I do want to see price tap down into this, moving into Wednesday. Let's make this blue. And then if we look at the current trading range, which is between this low and this high, you'll see that this is actually just below the 50% level, which is a discount PD array, meaning that price always goes from premium to discount. So seeing it trade down into this discount is nothing new, and if anything, aligns quite nicely with what we should want to see. We can also pay attention to the open of this weekly bullish order block. We'll make it black, and this, as far as I'm concerned, should be sensitive to price. Assuming we're still bullish, and I am still bullish until proven otherwise, this should be sensitive to price. We shouldn't be able to trade through this fair value gap if we're bullish. So if price manages to trade, through the fair value gap and drop below it, at that point, it's likely we are bearish, and we need to start thinking about larger and bigger discount PD arrays and liquidity pools that price may be trying to get to. But we need to see that proven to us. We need to see that delivered first. So until then, we remain bullish, and we allow price to trade into a discount with the expectation that it will likely turn later in the week. So let's go to the daily, and you can see we had a massive gap on the back of moving into Tuesday. Monday was a holiday. I didn't realize this, so apologies for that as well. But that makes sense as to why we're seeing this large gap lower, and it's very well that we may just be creating the low down here, and we may be accumulating stops because we do have some relatively equal lows right here. I'll show you south side of liquidity residing right here. And then we also have this large gap in general, this imbalance, which is where we want to see price trade to, accompanied with bullish order block. And then obviously we've created a very big gap, which I would like to see get traded into through. So let's mark out this gap just so that we have it on our charts. Let's make it this interesting green color. I'm going to make it thick as well because we like it thick, don't we, lads? And then we're going to have this marked out as we trade into the rest of the week, because price should treat this as a fair value gap, as in our delivery through it, assuming we're going to trade on it through it on the upside, should be able to, the way it delivers through it, we should be able to analyze it. So we've got through splitting it in quarters. If, say, we create the low here, which would be ideal, and we reverse on the back of it, when we're trading through this volume imbalance, we should be able to see price goes to the 25% level, 50% level, hit that 75% level, and that will basically allow us to confirm, so to speak, that we're likely going to run this high. And then we can start thinking about filling our original code and target of reaching the top of this weekly fair value gap. So that's something to consider as well. We will go to the 4 hour. Again, crazy imbalance, but we should pay strong attention. And you'll see our price is going to create this illusion of support. Now, we do have high penny tomorrow? Let me double check. Sorry, this video is a bit all over the gaff, guys, but I do highly suggest you do look at the way that we've got relatively equal lows here, and here. Especially these two. You see how relatively equally low these are? This outside of liquidity here, it just seems a little bit too clean for price to not grab, right? So there's no high impact news tomorrow, but as we know, everything that's going on in the news, and with Trump signing everything in the presidential office, that's enough news for us to drive sentiment. So yeah, generally speaking, we are going to break it down quite nicely, but I do want to see the south side liquidity grabbed. And remember, this is a bullish order block. We have an imbalance, so the reason for price to be down here, I'd like to think that we can see a reversal at this point and then see price trading higher. Now, we do have high impact news on Thursday with jobless claims, so that would be even better, thinking that we could create the low maybe on Wednesday or Thursday and create the low of the week, and then I do want to see price return back into its range. So definitely have this marked out, just because, again, this is a massive volume imbalance on a higher time frame, so price is going to seek to fill it if it's in the premium and we're bullish. I'm not going to say that twice. So let's go to the 1 hour, and what we're going to do is we're going to get our daily dividers up. I'm going to start taking a closer look at price. To be honest, me missing yesterday is probably better, because anyone that was trading during the inauguration and stuff, I don't know how addicted you are, but it's not recommended, bro. So this is midnight, and then we also have, we don't have a Sunday open price, but we do have the Monday 7 p.m, which is when the price started trading, I guess. Yeah. So we'll get that marked out, and then we'll get Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So let's get these all delineated like so. Thursday, Friday, Sunday. So very interesting, and the only opening price we essentially have in this case is that Monday opening price. So what we're going to do is we're going to run this out, and remember, if we're expecting an up close week, was I expecting an up close week? Yes, I think I was expecting an up close week anyway. But if we're expecting an up close week, then we want to see price deliver below it anyway. So if we look at price right now, it's supporting our bias in that we want to be below the Sunday opening price, and then we want to get a midweek reversal. That means Wednesday or Thursday. Remember the time that means on Thursday. If we're still below this midnight, if we're still below this Sunday or Monday opening price on Thursday, then I'm expecting a large expansion moving into Thursday afternoon and running into Friday to get to the upside, fill this imbalance, and start reaching for our original targets up here. And then another thing to take note of is how we've delivered here. So we have this bearish order block, all this up close on a high time frame. Let's go to like the 2 hour. You can see this is basically a bearish order block, right? And this is the breaker. We have a high, we have a low, we have a high, and the price is displaced to the downside. So this last down close candle we can use as a breaker, and we can use that as a nice level that we expect price to be able to potentially rally to moving into tomorrow before trading on lower. So let's look at the last down close candle, which is right here. Let's drag this out. And this is the very highest I want to see price trade. Any higher than that, I'll probably just not clean forward, or be quite annoyed, honestly. But I'm looking for price to trade up and into here, find resistance, maybe create the high of the week in here, and then trade lower and trade to our bullish order block right here. And that's where I'm trying, maybe feel the imbalance. I'm not really too fussed about feeling the imbalance. It's more so the bullish order block, which I want to pay attention to. And that's when I'll start looking for reversals. But again, no high impact news tomorrow, unless, a war starts. But no high impact news as far as we're concerned, meaning that we might find out it's very consolidated tomorrow, or we create a swing, we don't get much expansion. So that's something to consider. But generally speaking, I'd want to find resistance in here. I don't really want to see price trade through that. And then to complement this is also a fair value gap within this premium. So let's get that delineated. This goes to the 15-minute table plus the look. And again, we look at the last time it was candles high, low, high, high. So again, we expect fair resistance at this point. And look what it's creating down here. It's engineering liquidity, which is south side below here. So and we've got a nice expansion here. So there's no reason to expect price can't wander up into here, maybe create a nice little swing, and then see us starts trading lower and get below that original south side liquidity target I was talking about, and into that bullish order block. So I hope that all makes sense on dollar. It does seem pretty simple, easier said than done, obviously. Look at how they're leaving these relative equal highs. So this high, and this high are awfully straight to me. Not that being straight is a problem. I'll let you decipher how to receive that comment. So these highs right here, very straight. They're gonna come for that. If we're still below, remember this is that open price. We can use this to our advantage, because if we're still below these levels and it's Thursday, we've got high impact news coming up. Where are they gonna go? They're gonna go for it, aren't they? And then remember, as much as I want to see us run these highs from the imbalance, this is the imbalance, massive imbalance from the gap. As much as I want to see it fill it, this would be my first target. Don't get me wrong, they can do it tomorrow, but I doubt they're going to do it, especially with no high news or sentiment. So yeah, that's something to consider as well. Let's go on to GBP USD. We will start on the weekly here as well, and obviously we don't have a cap, we just have large expansion. So if we're expecting a potential up close week on dollar, that means we want to see pound drop lower, unfortunately. So yeah, we need to look for sell side targets on pound, and we do have relative equal lows, which are here. And then we also need to look at this, how we've just traded and filled this fair value gap, which is very nice. Now we are expecting dollar to rally a little bit more, which means we need to also allow pound to rally a little bit more, which means as we drop to the lower time frames, we should look for where it could be rallying into. And then you can see we have this massive bearish order block right here and a massive imbalance. So more specifically, I'm looking at this bearish order block. Seems like a nice, easy enough target on the premium. It'd be nice to see if price can wander up into that and we find resistance. It's also the 50% level off this fair value gap, and yeah, I'd like to know that we can run into that, and that would be a nice setup to go short for us to then look for these lows to get traded to in line with dollar potentially reversing midweek as well. So let's go to the 4 hour to see what we can find. You can see how we're just kind of cropping up here. Got a swing high over here, which I believe we're going to tag. It's very near term, to be honest, so it depends how strong pound is. Again, not much high impact news tomorrow though, so we need to consider that. Like, with the fact that we have no sentiment tomorrow means that moving into Wednesday, there's probably not going to be much movement anyway, so that's completely fine. But generally speaking, I'm just looking for this imbalance to be filled, to be traded to the top. Doesn't look like that we can reverse within it. Another thing to say no off is we do a kind of a break right here, high, low, high, high. So this will be the very extent I'd want to see price trade to. Let's get that dashed. That's the very highest extent I'd want to see price trade to. So we might trade through into this bullish order block. That would be the breaker low. So let's expect a reaction away from that. Then go down, back down on ourselves, and take out this south side liquidity, which I believe needs to be eaten. All assuming that dollar remains bullish. And remember, the only thing that's stopping me from remaining bullish on dollar is if we manage to trade lower aggressively and completely fill this fair value gap and go through it. I'm talking about this one. Mainly, So that's something to take into account. But generally speaking, that's what I'm thinking on the pound right now. Yeah, see if we can get there. And then in terms of break, there's another breaker as well. Low, high, low, low, rallied up. So it should be a nice juicy price level for potential setups moving into the new day if we were to tap into that. Also continue with the fair value gap, so definitely pay attention to that. But again guys, it's Wednesday, so like there's no news is my point. Like there's no sentiment, as in we might find ourselves trapped in a consolidation. We don't want to do that, but generally speaking, I'll be paying close attention to this level, especially since it's coupled with a fair value gap on 15 as well. But we might tap into that before we even hit the new day. It doesn't matter. But my point is, I want to see if we can get up here, and then we can always look at the specifics at a later point. So now let's finish up Euro USD. Start here on the weekly as well. We trade up into this bearish order block. Same thing. So we expect a continuation of the rallying. We just need to find out where it could reach to, and then we want to see a reversal to come down. And this was my original idea. I wanted to see price try and drop down into this and fill this fair value gap. So let's go to the daily, and you can see very consolidated, but we do have a beautiful bearish order block coupled with a fair value gap right here. So we might see a continuation of this very consolidated price action. We might trade up, fill the fair value gap, and then drop for the rest of the week and start looking for our south side targets. So it does seem a lot more cleaner in terms of there's not much room for euro, and this also lines up with our bias of not wanting to see Wednesday too much and maybe create the high on Thursday and then drop on the back of the jobless claims and whatnot. Relative equal highs, so those are going to get swept. Heavy, look how heavy this consolidation is, guys. Very heavy. This is the original consolidation. This point, I'd say, is here, this high over here. And what I mean by original consolidation is this is where the always movement downwards originated here. So as far as I'm concerned, price shouldn't be able to get through that if we're bearish, which is fine. And you can see it's kind of extended as well. Like look how much price consolidated in this range, you know. So they're gonna, if anything, we're gonna be doing what? Redistributing. This was obviously a point of distribution because of consolidation, so price will return to that and continue lower. If we break through it, see, this is how you know when there's a reversal. If we manage to break through these kind of levels, we know we're bullish because it shouldn't be able to do it. So if it's doing it, we know we're expecting to carry on running higher. You know, it sounds really elementary saying if it's going up, it's if it looks like it's going up, it's going up. If it looks like it's going down, it's going down. It sounds elementary saying that, but generally speaking, that's how I'm looking at it. It's just that, yes, it looks like it's going up right now, but where's it going to and how's it responding once it gets to these levels? That's how I'm breaking it down. There's really not much for me to say over here on Europe. Again, not the cleanest of price action. Do kind of have a breaker, low, high, lower, low, low, high, kind of trading in this breaker thing right now. So if that holds price, you know, the price can just rally into that very early in the early hours of the new day. So that's going to be everything, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe, join the mailing list, and join me on Discord. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.